Welcome everyone to my weekly message. What's in a name? This week's Torah portion is, and the beginning of the book of Exodus is called Shemos, which means actually names. Based on the first verse, Ve'ela Shemos b'nei Yisrael haboyim Mitzrayim. These are the names of the children of Israel who arrived in Egypt. The Balaturim, the commentator on the Torah, explains that it was because of their names, because they kept their Jewish names, Reuven, Shimon, Levi, and so on, that the Jewish people were able to survive the Egyptian slavery and bondage. What is a name? A name is really something that's very external. It seems it had no real connection to the person themselves, but truthfully, based on teachings of the Kabbalah, a name really is connected to the soul. A classic example is when someone is faint, we call the person's name, the person awakens. So a name is really deep connected to the person's soul. But on a very external level, name seems somewhat insignificant. And we find two other things that the Jewish people kept throughout their long stay in Egypt and slavery in Egypt. And that was their language. They kept the Hebrew language, and their clothing. So again, these two things can seem very external. Language is just a means of communication, and clothing is something we wear on the outside. What's the big deal? Why is that so important? But externalities certainly is important, and the way we speak to each other is important, and the way we dress is also quite important. The Jewish traditional dress was not as provocative and not as frivolous, perhaps, as the Egyptian attire at that time, and that's what really kept the Jewish people throughout, again, their long slavery, the long years in Egypt. And this is what we always should remember. We never underestimate the importance of the small things, externalities, such as a dress, language, the way we speak to each other, and our names. Jewish names are important. Our names are important, and therefore we should always remember those things. And perhaps we could connect this with the teachings of the first Chabad Rebbe, Rabbi Shneir Zalman, whose Yartite is today, the 24th of Tevet, how he explains in the Tanya that the most highest levels of godliness is connected to the seemingly less and lower levels of the mundane. That in his expression that Giloi Ha'atzmos, that God's essence is revealed in the etzem of the Gashmi, of the physical existence. So we could say that the Jewish people's keeping their names, their language, their clothing, which seems very external, which is not perhaps even a mitzvah, those externalities kept them their survival, and not only their survival, but their success in becoming the Jewish nation as we know it at the time of the Exodus. So I want to wish everyone a wonderful Shabbos. Candlelighting for New York metropolitan areas at 4:29. Shabbos ends at 5:33. Please join us for Kabbalah Shabbat tonight at 6 p.m. Tomorrow morning we have our class at 9:30, services at 10 a.m. We've blessed the new month of Shvat, which is going to be Thursday, the coming week. And Motzei Shabbos, we're going to be davening Ma'ariv at 5:55. The children's program, learning program, parents and children's program, 6:45 with pizza and prizes. And we also have our Tuesday Talmud men's class at 8:30 and Thursday Torah class at 8:30. I want to announce that we're going to be doing a raffle for a fundraising effort for Torah Semis. Our goal is to fundraise $54,000, so please help us in purchasing a raffle ticket for $100,000 prize, grand prize winner, as well as other jewelry prizes and vacation trips to Israel, and so on. So look further into the emails and the website. You'll find more information regarding that. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom and a Chodesh Tov.